I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty. Got a pen here somewhere.
You can't leave some food on there.
All right. So we have minutes from February 20th meeting. We're all here for that.
Yeah. I make a motion, we approve the minutes for the February 20th, 2023 meeting.
I'll second that.
Move a second to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Then we have payroll in the amount of $210,330.82.
We have two tables to prove
Ah,
this time.
okay. And then we have a second one for $215,201.77. Just need to sign the one, that's all we need, right? Anybody have any questions on the payrolls?
This catches us up, we were running behind.
Sure.
I make a motion, we approve the payroll in the amount of $210,332.80, 321, and $215,201.77, 43.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
There's both of them.
All right, then we have the payroll accounts payable voucher register to approve in the amount of $119,991.58. And I always mention this, so everybody know what this is. We are just voting, approving that we have received this. We have no way, of course, knowing if those accounts payable vouchers are correct or not, but we're just announcing that we have seen this at an open meeting. We have accepted this as what the vouchers are, and then we're approving them.
I make a motion, we acknowledge and receive the payroll claims in the amount of $119,991.58.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
So then if there was a discrepancy somewhere of what was paid versus what we had agreed on, we would have record of what we agreed to be paid. If there was a change in that, they'd have to come back and reapprove that change, that new number. All right, next up we have for claims, and it's a sizable one. $768,644.
Underneath it is the report you like, it's broke down.
Okay.
And
Oh, yeah.
the reason it's so high on the second page We paid for the truck for the highway department.
Okay,
That's $200,000.
okay,
Yeah.
And the State Board of Accounts tagged us good.
okay.
I make a motion to approve claims in the amount of $768,644.12.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
It's only $110,000.
Three townships, 2 schools.
We used to bill you $30 a day.
We'll be winding that back out of their distribution and tax
Yes, I
settlement.
know
Yes,
you
we
will, but prices have gone up since I was there.
Oh, yeah. You were what, $35 a day?
$30 a day.
All right, next we have you guys have any other business that we know of?
No.
Ready to go with new business, okay. We have a out-of-cycle check request from Travelers.
This is Don Pruner's payroll.
Okay.
You always signed it. Yeah, I mean,
We are now, by golly.
No, you always have, just did it before the meeting. So,
Okay. I'd have to see it.
okay.
Okay. Well, I don't mind, I think it should be done, but I don't know how, typically, and I don't mean to carry on about this, but typically, when I'm signing this, I am assuring that those numbers are accurate. And how would I know? I mean, it's a silly
Well,
thing
we
for me.
used to include the time cards with that.
It's a silly thing for me to do, because I don't do that. And he is the department head. Typically, department heads do that for their employees. And so Don is the department head, so I don't know why I'm doing one for this department head when I don't do one for any other department head. So, any ideas on that, why that is?
So your other department heads are mostly elected officials.
Mhm.
and he's not.
He's not. Would
Well-
be the difference I would draw.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Don't know. Never.
I don't know if you have any others like that or not, but
Yeah. I mean, I'm signing it I'm uneasy with that because I'm signing it that's accurate. It may or may not be accurate. How would I know?
No, I agree.
How would I know it's accurate or not?
you
And want the guy to get paid, but I don't know if that's,
we could not pay Don.
he could, yeah. Once you talk to him about that, see how that goes.
I will next time I see him.
Okay,
I'm gonna tell him it's your idea.
okay. All right.
I think it'd be that he's not an elected official, most likely. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that would meet that criteria other than Don, but there might be others.
I don't sign the Veteran Service Officer's request.
Yeah.
He's not elected. I don't sign the Plan Commission. I don't know who does. Does Cassie's. I don't know if anybody signs hers or not. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a strange circumstance. I don't know why that is.
For
We'll
as
just do
long as I
whatever
worked in
Pam
the
says.
courthouse, you signed you guys's and Don's, but we, or the custodian, whoever that was at the time. But we always brought the time cards, because that office does punch a time card.
Yep.
So we always
Yep.
supplied the time
Understand.
cards. I don't know why the time
Understand.
cards aren't included anymore.
Fair enough.
Interesting. It doesn't matter. I mean, as long as it gets done, but, I mean, I just have no validity to it. I can put my name on it, but it doesn't mean anything because I don't know if it's right or not.
Does it say I swear and affirm under the penalty of perjury next to it?
Yeah, yeah. Where I go to jail when it's wrong, yeah. Other than that, something about my house. My house is on there, my
You might want to read that part.
first
there.
grandkid, yeah. All right, Jeff Dossett.
Are you going?
You got out-cycle checks too.
Oh, that's right, we skipped that. I thought I already done that. We skipped that. We started to do that, then we went to that instead. I'm sorry, we'll get to you in a second here, Jeff.
Okay.
I started to go to this right away. This is out-of-cycle check for Travelers.
Should be 2 of them.
Yeah, there's,
One of them for $46,561.38, and one for $103,636.62.
So what happened with that is Travelers billed us for the annual premium, only they billed us the wrong amount. They didn't bill us enough. So George Smith came in the office at the end of
Gotcha.
last week and said they had gotten a hold of him and that they had worked together, and that is the amount, the remaining balance it's owed. for
On
the
the
year.
premiums. Okay, so this isn't a claim or anything we've had, this is just
No,
shortfall of
This
premiums.
is the balance
Okay.
of the policy for the year.
I'm okay with that then, okay. I'd make the motion then that we pay these out-of-cycle checks in the amount of $46,561.38 and $103,636.62.
and I second that.
All in favor, say aye. Now, Jeff, what you got? Feel free to pull a chair over there, whatever you like.
You guys need a chair? There's more of them up here.
No, we got it back here also.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, Jeff, thank you.
He can explain this better than I can.
Okay.
I was gonna let you explain it. You're so good at it. What we have is, for a number of years, there's a federal grant that you've been getting money back for the county. And the federal grant is the Title 4D child support. So what that is for, I kind of have to go back and explain it. Back when Franklin Roosevelt started Social Security, they had a Social Security Act. And of course, we now have the FICA that's taxed for Social Security. And so they had the, if you're old like me, you remember the War on Poverty that Lyndon Johnson had. And in that, they started welfare. And they started the welfare program and put it into the only act, federal act, that allowed for taxation, which was the Social Security Act. So I'm an old school, I call it welfare. That's part of the Social Security Act. Then when Richard Nixon became president, he wanted to know why were all these people on welfare and food stamps, what could we do to get them off of it? And what they found out was there was a lot of single parents who were on food stamps and welfare because the absent parent was not paying their child support. So they figured out a way of, obviously if you can't afford to feed your family, you can't take the absent parent to court. So Nixon found a way of utilizing welfare money, the savings of welfare money, to pay for the enforcement of the child support program, therefore keeping people off of welfare and food stamps. And it's been in place for 50 years now, and it's very successful. The money that is being saved from not paying into welfare and food stamps is being reimbursed back to the local government for enforcing the Title 4D child support actions. So your prosecutor and the clerk are doing work with the Title 4D program and getting direct reimbursement for that back every month. But what happens with the county is the county has indirect costs associated with the program, such as electricity, liability insurance, depreciation of the capital assets, security, and all those other things that go into it, as well as the auditor taking care of the claims and doing the payroll, the treasurer managing the money. Even your cost for, as you approved at the beginning of this meeting, claims and payroll, we're able to capture that cost too back. So as the executive. So those are things that are part of indirect costs associated with the 4D program. And in order to claim that, because we're dealing with federal grant and federal money, we have to do it into an allocation cost plan, which is rather complicated. We have to allocate all those costs because obviously the federal government doesn't want to pay for something unless it's being used for the 4D program. So what we do is I help the county put together a cost plan that you've got in front of you. It's a rather complicated, a lot of figures, a lot of allocation tables to come up with the amount that we're going to get back to the county for the cost plan.
Okay.
And that's what we're doing here today. Right, Marianne?
So is there any action we need to do?
I have a contract that is up,
That right there.
and it's there's an option for a 1 year or a 3 year. My contracts have a 30-day out clause, but in order to continue to do this and get money back to the county, I'm going to need another contract to sign off for me to continue the program.
Have you been on 3 year before? In the past, have we done 3 year with you or the 1 year? I thought we probably did the
It's
3
been about 6, 9.
Since I was first elected and I switched to you,
Yeah, I think it was
2012,
Or you can save a little money by going 3 years versus 1 year.
Yeah, it's $3,500 for 1 year or $3,000 for each year for 3 years.
Yeah. And my contracts have a 30-day out clause, so it's not like you're,
Not stuck with you? We can
You're
get
not
rid of you
stuck.
want to? Okay, good to know. Yeah.
if Mary Ann gets tired of me, she wants to kick me
Okay.
to the curb.
Yeah.
Jeff's been around for a long time.
Yes, he
was the
has.
county auditor in Montgomery County for a number of years, and then he went in and started this business. And
He's been
I
a
know.
commissioner in Montgomery County too.
I've been,
No.
I've
Oh,
known,
council.
Council.
known Jeff for a long time, and we see each other at meetings all the time and chit chat. But this is an important thing because without somebody doing this
We don't get
allocation
that.
plan, we don't get
Yeah.
money back from the federal government, and so I think it's money well spent from the standpoint.
Jeff, is there any county in the state that does it in-house? I didn't think so.
I was going to say, I think
Much like you wouldn't, you could do, if you owned a business, you could do your own federal income taxes, but chances are you hire someone to do it. If you're farming or have a business, you hire someone to do it just to make sure you get all the deductions. This is no different. It's very complicated. There's a lot involved in it, a lot of moving parts, so it's,
I see next several numbers as I go through here of the allocation plans. What kind of total do we typically get back?
I just looked at your figures. You're averaging about 20,000.
That's what this is, 20,500 here. Okay, I thought that was probably the final number. Okay.
That's what you're averaging.
Okay.
So.
Anybody got
But
any
really,
questions?
it does fluctuate based on spending and what's been spent and what's been claimed and so forth.
That's 20 grand we wouldn't be getting otherwise if we didn't spend the 3,000 to do it, so I think it's money well spent. So I'd make that motion and then we enter into a contract to provide the services for the cost allocation plan as presented.
And I'll second that.
All in favor say aye.
we
Anyone
go to
opposed?
3 year.
Yes, I'm sorry, I should have said that for the 3-year plan, yeah. That saves us $1,500, so.
All right.
Thank you very much.
And we can dump him within 30 days, remember that,
Thank you.
so we're okay.
And I'm working on paperwork for you.
Okay. That's fine.
Thanks for that catch, Bruce.
I was hoping to have
problem.
time to bring to you tonight, but I ran out of time.
Okay. And you can just email me that signed contract.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll do.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Bye, Jeff.
Thanks. All right, Andrew Foxworth, Washington Insurance.
Yeah, I'll put, I think there's a place in here.
Pull up chair there.
Awesome, gentlemen, as well. I appreciate you. I do apologize. I wasn't really prepared for this. I popped in and stopped into Mary Ann's office this morning, and she mentioned this meeting this evening. So I've been out on the road all day, but obviously I'm more than able to have a good conversation with you guys. So,
Okay.
my name's Andrew. John's with us as well. I'm the regional manager in the area. John's a local service unit manager. We work with most county and school districts throughout the state, offering some volunteer health benefits. We are a current vendor through payroll deduction with the county. My purpose of popping in a week or two ago, whenever it was, I was sending over some information for you guys as county. It wasn't quite all up to date. We wanted to get everything up to date. While I was there, Lisa at the one of the offices in the courthouse mentioned that she needed some help, so I popped over there and took care of that.
Good.
Throughout the conversations, looking at doing a schedule, well, I guess we try to do all of our visits annually. We're a service company, we always like to make sure everyone's getting taken care of. They need to make claims if they have a new family member, or maybe subtracted a spouse or something along those lines. We want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to make those changes conveniently for them. But we were looking at scheduling a time to be available for the staff, all on voluntary meetings, and rolling out a new life insurance benefit for the county. Throughout my travels today, we have rolled out got scheduled the exact same enrollment for Montgomery County, Clay County, City of Greencastle, and Putnam County. We have appointments scheduled over the summer to get everything ironed out. Like I said, we do this exact same enrollment for the majority of the government entities that we work with.
They sit out in the hall.
Yeah, I know how they do that. Are you a current vendor for us?
We are.
See, this is all my fault, because I didn't recognize either your name or the insurance as
Well,
being.
I just got relocated out to the area. I'm brand new. So I've been with the company 8 years.
That's what
but
it is
I'm new
then.
to
I
the
didn't
area,
recognize
so I do
the name,
apologize
so-
about that.
Well, we hadn't in the past, and that's what I had to explain it to Mary Ann. We've had people just want to go
Deal.
solicit business, and we don't have time for them. We've got people trying to work. So I said, well, we can't do that, we need to come to a meeting, let us know what's going on, see if we approve that. But if you've already been approved for that, then that is on me, because I didn't recognize your name, but your name wasn't there.
No,
so-
I
so I'm
appreciate
good.
the opportunity. I'm new to the area, and I appreciate at least to show my face.
And I didn't know, because so far everyone that has come in we're already doing business with them, and they
Yes.
just want to
I
update
gotcha.
everything.
Gotcha,
Because we got Aflac coming in next week.
okay. Yeah, and those, of course, I recognize, I did not recognize, I thought it was a new one, and he just couldn't
Yeah.
assume that he could come in and go meet with our
I think
people
I
and
sent
sell
you an
stuff.
email this morning, but you probably
I've been
read
on the
it.
road, I've been in
Yeah.
meetings all day long, so.
No, I'm tickled to death. Like I said, I thought that this would be a pretty easy one for you guys, but I really do appreciate the opportunity to come in here, showing my face. Like I said,
Well, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
I know you understand why we just can't have everybody walking in the door trying to sell our people's stuff.
Well, I will give you a heads up. I'm probably gonna throughout the summer request another time to be out here, be a little bit more prepared for you guys. Over the last in years past, I think we've actually been a payroll deducted approved vendor since like '76 with the county. It's been forever.
Okay.
We don't have as many policyholders today as we did at one point in time. That's just because we haven't had any local representatives.
Right.
There's still a couple handfuls of folks that carry stuff with us still though.
Okay.
But over those last 2, 3, 4 decades, we're a completely new company to what the county knew back then, and we can do a lot of new stuff for you guys. And the vast majority of that is at absolutely no cost to the county, and everything from technology services to advocacy services. We can lower your utilization on your major medical plan. That obviously saves you money during negotiations. But again, those are tomorrow topics. But I definitely, like I said, appreciate the opportunity to come in here and meet you guys.
Okay, well, I'm glad you stopped in. It's good to have a face with the name. And
Awesome. I'll go around, drop off some cards for you guys, and I'll get up your hair, and then I'll swing in and see you tomorrow morning. Is that okay? Or I'll see Susan.
Susan, I'm gonna be late.
You're running away.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, like I said, I really appreciate you guys' time, and
thanks for stopping up.
thanks. I knew that would be an easy one for you. Boom. Gotcha. Thank you. Did you need me to wait? What? Did you need me to wait before you ask anything?
The flyers?
Yeah. Oh no, I can do all that.
Okay.
Is it okay if we go and talk now? I
Yes.
really appreciate you. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Let me see if I have anything. I know I have a couple things. My phone company decided to change the way we do our notes here, and so now I've got to find things in different places. Let me see. All right. Okay, not that I say. I do want you to know about a couple of meetings that I've been at. We had a meeting here with a couple of gentlemen concerning, I'm sorry, I'll do that later. It's not a community calendar, but its community calendar is part of the process, and more than that, it's a directory of all local businesses, everything in the county. So we're having a meeting April 26th, which is a regular scheduled time for the CVC to meet. And I've invited them to come present this to the CVC. I intend to invite Main Street. I intend to invite Rosedale and Montezuma, as far as small towns who may be interested in having this. Sorry. Another guy I got to meet Thursday. I'm sure he's trying to set a time, but I'll get him later. So that's we're going to meet with them. So if you guys are available to come here, this too. There's some cost to it, not major cost, but typically it's paid by the people who use the service, but not always. Some counties, the counties choose to pay for that because it's such a good thing. That's why I'm inviting Main Street to the process as well. So that's April 26th. April 16th is the CVC annual meeting. If you have any interest in coming to see exactly what the CVC does, and everyone's invited to that to come see what all we do with our budget that we get from innkeepers' tax dollars. So both of those meetings will be at 6 o'clock, and they'll be at Bridge 61, which is that shared space facility out by the old IGA, Kirby Foods now.
I thought the annual meeting was out at Turkey Run.
Oh, you're right. It changed it instead of going there. Good catch. It's at the Les Group. That's right.
Is it just the one or both of them then?
No, just the one.
Okay.
Our regular meeting's at Bridge 61. I forgot that we had changed that to the Les Group because I expected more people maybe, so we'll see if that works. Good catch, John. So, April 16th at the Les Room at Turkey Run at 6 o'clock.
I'm not sure about the time.
I'm thinking that's what it is. And then the 26th is at the Bridge 61 and also at 6 o'clock then as well. I met today at Lafayette with LTAP, that we've been looking at for a couple of years, talked with Randy a couple of years ago about this, about the state really wants every county to have access to a county engineer. We can't afford a county engineer. We don't need a full-time county engineer. One of the things Randy and I talked about years ago, actually. But then the state changed the statute. Each county can get $40,000 from the state toward county engineer. County engineer was going to cost typically about $100,000. You're going to have insurance costs on top of that. You're going to have the employment tax on top of that. So you're probably looking at a cost of a county engineer of $120,000, $125,000. But since two counties can combine that, then Vermilion County and I have been talking about looking at that possibility. So $80,000 of that cost would be covered by the state, and then we'd have that other $40,000 to share between the two counties. And so I met with LTAP today, as did Tim Yoakum, Commissioner at Vermilion. We went up and we met with 3 of the leadership up there and discussed how to go forward with this, just to explore. So I went to get Randy one day, and Randy and I to go over and talk to the highway engineer and the superintendent at Hendricks County, and they have a good working relationship between their highway superintendent and the highway engineer. Were we to do this, were we to get a highway engineer, it would not affect Randy's job at all. He would still do what he's doing now. The purpose of a highway engineer is really to seek funds, to seek grants, to do the assessments of the roads, the Pacer assessments, 5-year plan, to keep track of how much we spend on maintenance on the roads versus just repair on roads versus new roads. So really, from what they were talking about today, I think it's something both counties would benefit from, but we don't know yet. We're just starting to go down that road. So she's going to set up, there's one such arrangement in the state. Harrison County, and I can't remember the name of the other county next to them, they do that. And they've been very happy with the way it worked out by sharing that, and it's benefited both their counties about our size. And so it's benefited them. So, she's going to arrange, Jen Sharkey, she's the, used to be highway superintendent up in Steuben County, highway engineer in Steuben County, now she's with LTAP. And so we'll set up a meeting with those people and their commissioners, hopefully. And so if you are available to go up and talk to them, see if that's feasible, have one with Randy as well, meet with their highway superintendent and their engineer. They've got a great working relationship, and it's working out well for both of them. And it's just something to look at. May improve us. So we know we need to look at all the options we have and what the new technology is and how those things work, and see what that person can do. Typically, she said you would expect that the highway engineer would find and generate more money than what's costing the county to hire, since we're getting $80,000 of our money coming from the state to pay for that. So don't know, but that's where I was today at that meeting. So that's all I got on the way meeting. So I don't have any other new business but that, unless you guys do. All right, I don't have any old business, so let's go to the department real quick. So Randy, you're on top of the list. What you got?
I don't have a whole lot, Stephen. The only thing I have is, the plans are supposed to be ready for the
Melcher?
the Melcher and the Bridgeton Bridge too.
Okay.
So, need to get a time when you guys can all meet, and Joe come down.
Soon? Like you want something soon?
Yeah, fairly soon.
Well, let's look at
yes.
our calendars. You got any days in mind?
No, I didn't get to talk to Joe today, but, I'm pretty sure he could probably work it out.
The only time
Maybe
really
like
that I
sometime
don't
next week,
have,
maybe.
are we closed the 10th? We don't take day off for Easter, do we?
No, we take Good Friday off the 7th.
That's what I thought, okay. So Monday's available, so I'm available the 10th, or the 12th, or the 14th, if that works for any of you guys.
I'll do any of the 3, I'll make it work.
Bruce?
I'll do the best I can. I'll just have to see. Next week's the last week before the deadline.
Yeah,
So.
that's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right, you're busy time.
Yeah,
So
just-
10th, 12th, or 14th would work,
You
if
just,
it was working.
I'll just pick a date and time, and I'll do the best I can to get there. I'll try to block off any appointments coming in.
And the 15th probably doesn't matter to you, because I'm sure you have late ones going in too, so,
Oh, well, yeah,
yeah,
you always have that.
yeah. Okay,
Okay, I'll give Joe a call and
okay.
see when he can do it. Did you want it in the morning or
Yeah, that works best for me.
Early in the morning?
Yeah,
Okay,
anytime after 5, I'm good.
okay.
Well, I'm not through with coffee till 6, so let's pick it after 6.
Okay.
And here, where you wanna meet? Highway garage?
Yeah, that'd
Here?
be fine.
Highway garage, okay. And what would that be covering?
Just going over the plans.
Going over the blueprints.
Just on the Bridgeton Bridge though?
No.
No, both of them.
Both of them, okay, that's why I didn't know if we had Melcher included on that.
Yeah.
I kinda jumped ahead of
It's
you
a,
on that,
it's a
so.
new deck for the bridge.
Yes, I knew that.
It's got the
And we're talking about getting the sidewalk on the
And
on
extended
Bridgeton Bridge,
that
yeah.
too, I mean,
Yeah.
widening it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
But put a sidewalk on
good, good,
it.
okay.
And the Melcher Bridge is just for the repairs of it, but,
Have you seen the plan or talked to them about what the plan is, what it might entail?
no, I
Okay.
haven't seen them yet.
That's what we're gonna figure out the
They
meeting.
sent us a
I have
bill
this fear it's gonna be,
a couple, 3 months ago, but we still got the bill laying on Janie's desk.
and this fear will be taking that bridge off the road and new abutment, hoping that's not the case. Dan will know far better than I. All right, what else you got?
And then, when would you guys wanna drive the roads for next year's,
Okay. Well, I'm good those dates again, 10th, 12th, or 14th. Or you wanna do it after Bruce is available on that day, you
I
wanna do
think
it after the
that'd be
meeting?
better, because if he takes just enough room to come to that meeting, then it'd mess up his whole day, and he'd lose that many more. Let's drive the road after the 15th.
Okay,
Does that work?
after, yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
Let's do it
anytime you
after the
guys can, I
15th,
can
and Bruce
be
can
available
definitely be
then.
there. Check his
I'm-
area out, I'd rather all 3 of us go.
Yep,
Okay.
I'm good the 19th, 20th, 21st.
I'll take any day, it doesn't
Okay.
matter to me, I'm working
Yeah, I
close
mean,
to home now. I
Once
can
we
take
get
it off.
past that deadline, I'm pretty much free, so.
Okay, you pick it.
Like what works with you and
19th,
Jim?
20th, or 21st?
Mhm.
Or you wanna just tell him to go the 20th?
Okay,
What's that doing,
that's Thursday,
Thursday? Okay.
Guess that's a Thursday.
8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, what you want?
Whatever you guys want. I get there about 6:30, and it takes me about a half hour to get the guys going, so.
So you guys tell me, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock?
What works for you, Bruce?
Anytime.
Let's do 8 o'clock.
Okay,
Okay, April 20th,
April 20th, 8 o'clock.
okay? Then our patching, we've got Strawberry Road on this end done, and they should have Cloma Road done today. We'll be going back to Strawberry Road if it don't rain tomorrow.
About 800,
800 is about half done.
okay?
Yes, I drove on it the other day.
Yeah.
Good.
We're, got 2 machines down there, other than today I didn't have. One of them, the truck had put a new kingpin in it.
I had a message from a guy that appreciated the fact they were working on it, but could they pick it up a little bit? They were going
Well,
too slow for them.
yeah, it takes time.
It
to
does, that's what I
patch
told
things.
him. I said they're good for about, like we talked about last meeting, a mile or two a day on that. Just an average road, that's
And the-
pretty bad shape.
That road's pretty bad,
Yeah.
so they're not getting near that far.
He did mention that the patches that we've done on 900 are getting holes in them too, so you might drive 900 and check that out.
Yeah,
too.
I did.
Oh, you did,
I
okay,
drove it this morning,
okay.
yeah.
So was that accurate, what he said?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay, I'll let him know that you did that.
That was just hand patching.
Would you likely go there after 800 then? If I told him that, would that be accurate?
One truck may,
Okay,
but the
Okay.
other one, I'm gonna get it back over in the other
Okay.
area. Try to get 800 done.
okay, I told him it depended on the weather, of course.
Probably we'll go down Coxville Road first,
Okay, and then
because there
900,
did be some more by the school and
okay,
down toward Coxville.
okay.
Then we'll probably hit 900.
I will let him know that, okay.
And, let's see, that's all I have, I think.
Okay. All 4 machines are working okay?
Yep,
Great.
other than the one with kingpin back in the truck, so. Got it put in today, but they found the pitman arm was
Mm.
bad, so I got it ordered.
Before you get out of here, I had a call from, I think Hooper Gardner was his name, over by
Laura Ruppengardner?
double chip and seal. He said it wasn't, the patch and road wasn't holding up very good, I didn't know. if you've been over there lately, or how, I asked him, and he couldn't remember how long ago it was patched.
It was one of the first roads we patched, way better than a month ago, probably about 2 months ago.
Okay. If you're over that way driving roads,
We got it in Lena Road, 1100 East.
okay, you may check it out. I don't know for sure what the deal was, but I did return a call, and so,
Yep, I'll probably get over there tomorrow. Look at it.
all right. If you're over that way, check it out.
Okay,
Thanks, Randy.
thank you. You guys have a good evening.
You too. All right, Chris.
Hey, good afternoon. Hey, I'd like your approval to apply for the State Homeland Security Program grant for next year. We're going to use this money to reimburse the county for the purchase of a side-by-side for the sheriff's office and for a drone, and there's some other equipment that's going around with it. So this would be, we plan on using this stuff to help with security, like especially at the Covered Bridge Festival, any type of search and rescue.
Sure.
In the wooded areas, and also the drone, especially for damage assessment after a disaster. The grant would be $94,000, and there's no match required for the county.
Only reason we have to know these things is, are you aware of anyone else applying to Homeland Security for any grants?
Not for this one.
Okay, then I'd make the motion then that we approve the grant request as presented by the Emergency Management Director.
And I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I do have a question for you though.
Have to sign it.
Lyford, water went down after they lost power. Okay, after they lost power, and it took a long time to get the tank filled back up, of course, once it did, the tower got empty. And I got asked the other day about maybe ARP funds for that, but we've not gone down that path with individual towns or fire districts or anything, because we try and do all countywide things. But my question that I wanted to ask you, are you aware of grants that would provide that type of thing, of a generator for water systems?
There would be. I mean, I bought grants with
Yes, you
generators.
have.
We're doing it right now.
That's the only reason you came to mind, because I know you've done that for other things.
And so there are available. The thing is that when you look at generators and you look at installing them, I don't know. My thoughts on it is that the county would do better in talking to all the utilities, the community-owned utilities, the water systems, and kind of understanding what they need for power, and then buying a generator that goes on a trailer. So yeah, Duke Energy went down.
Yep.
During the storms.
Yep.
And they were out, and so instead of spending, I mean, I'm thinking, Dan, you got something, so I'm thinking instead of purchasing, one for Bloomingdale, one for Rock, all these different ones, you buy a good sized generator, and I don't know what it would be, and then we just keep it, and if there's an emergency, the utilities, the water or whoever, the sewer people have it wired, so you could bring that generator down there. They'd be responsible for fueling it and everything, but we would have it here. I mean, that's what I would think. Unfortunately, those are probably going to be like 50 grand. And the grant that I used to buy the generators that I had now was only 40, and this year it's only going to be 20.
In your experience with that 50, now that'd be okay with if we could do that with our money, because it's countywide we're using that for then instead of individuals. Would you think that would be acceptable for our money? You've read more of that than we have on what is and not used with our money.
I mean, that's a question for the auditor.
Well, that's
because I understand that money is no longer ARP money, but it is money that it was used to back pay. So as far as whether or not you could use it, I think you can use ARP money for
that's a good idea.
COVID, internet, and I thought you could use it COVID, internet, and water.
Okay.
Originally, so I think we're in the right spot, but he gets the big bucks stuff.
Several years ago, there was a tornado down at Rosedale. Rosedale lost their power. The sewer went out, of course, and they were worried about sewage starting to come to the streets because it was still being used because they had water, and but there was no septic, no sewer treatment plant, and So Amy did a good job of calling, and they brought generators from Indianapolis, but they were the wrong generators. They had to go back and get different ones to bring them, but they were trailered, and just a matter of wiring them up and good to go. That's a great idea. I hadn't even thought about that prospect.
But
That I
the
would.
sewers are different because, water's easy. You bring it from one point and you send it up to a tower and it pushes itself out. Sewers are gonna be different because you have pumps throughout the system, and I don't know how they're, so just expectation management, sewers are not.
Yeah, same thing with Lyford on that. They had several pumps, and so none of their pumps were working. You know how many pumps they had?
Well, what the whole problem was their tower, and then they still have places they have to pump from the tower. The tower still isn't high enough to get every place, but they have pumps there. Their well, and they're on REMC. The wells is actually on Duke Energy at another location.
Okay.
The wells was what blew the
problem was
transformer
there,
at the wells.
Yep.
And all the reserve in they completely drained the water tower. Is
So
what
we
it
had
done.
so each pump could be set up to take a generator to it, but you have more than one pump, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, that's the whole problem is
Yeah.
you've got 3 pumps within the building at the water tower that's pushing it
Yeah.
other directions that it won't gravity feed.
I mean, the systems are far more complicated than I
Yes,
just.
yeah,
wanted to
it's
say
not
that.
like one
Okay.
generator and plugging it in there.
Okay.
But it's not undoable, it will require the water utility people to have a strong understanding of what their electrical requirements are
Yeah.
in order to inform the decision to purchase
Okay.
any type of trailer.
Which in that particular case, it would have worked because they had power at the water tower. But the Duke Energy that run the wells was what was out, so you could have plugged in there
If
and
you had a generator
maintained the wells.
that would run one well, is that enough? to
One's
keep-
all they run anyway.
Oh, it is? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
they're
I-
constantly switched.
Oh, okay, I knew they had
They're
multiple.
constantly
So they
switched
could
to
wire
relieve-
one could take care of it until
Yeah,
they
they
power
just
back
throw a
on.
switch.
Gotcha,
It's,
okay.
it's automatic when everything's working, so.
Okay, so it might be a doable thing then if we did that kind of thing. All right, I'm sure there would be, but
You should be fine on that. It's for investment, water, sewer, utility infrastructure. So that'd be water infrastructure.
as long as we can make it so anyone could use it, I'd be okay with that. So we'd have to talk about that and see where we are with that. Okay, thanks. I knew you'd be the guy to know that. I know you've done it several times. All right, appreciate it. Mr. Frazier,
How is everybody?
we're good. How are you?
Good.
Things peaceful?
Yeah.
Good.
Knock on wood.
Solved crime in the county, didn't you?
What's that?
Solved all the crime in the county?
Yeah, I won't say that yet. Jail count 68. That's 51 county inmates, 8 DOC, 1 away, and 9 out of county.
Where the out of county come from? What county?
Guess I never checked that.
Okay.
I'm guessing Vermillion. Well, no, not Vermillion County. It'd be Vigo County.
Okay.
A lot. And then Fountain County.
Tim said Vermillion got their jail done.
Yeah.
Good.
It's very, very nice.
Nice.
Put my glasses on here. Inmate billing for this first 4 months be $76,764.50. That's what we've made so far. And report of collections thus far is $26,595.04. And then, as you know, we're getting new phones to alleviate the phone problems.
Yep.
They will start April 17th, which I'm very excited about.
Great.
They run the cable that day, and I don't know how long it'll take. You guys have any questions?
For these guys, I met with Jason and the jailer out there about looking at the sighting issue that we talked
Yes.
about. And that's obviously going to be a big job.
You're just gonna talk to a guy shooting it?
I am. He hasn't gone out and looked at it yet, but
Okay.
all I envisioned from the walk around was that all of it's going to have to come off and all of it's going to have to be replaced. Is that accurate? You don't see any place that doesn't have to be replaced, do you?
My first thought was going over it, but I guess they talked about they would take it, stucco off.
That's what we were told, and that's what Matt Steckley kind of indicated to us, that everybody suggested it all come off then.
I think that'd be the right way to fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just didn't know if there was any place that we wouldn't have to do, but I saw places everywhere, so.
Yeah.
So when I take the kid out there then to look at it, he does good work.
Yeah, just need to lay
I'll
the
just
whole
assume it's
thing.
gonna be the whole thing and just take it off.
You took somebody out there?
I have not
He
yet.
said
Oh.
he's going to.
But I'll call you and Ed and see if you guys can take him and me around again, just show him the
Yeah,
spots where they are.
absolutely.
He's a young guy, but Does great work. I
That's a
showed
big
Dan,
job.
showed Dan a picture of a place in Indy that he had just done that to and put the metal siding on this big building.
Yeah.
So I know he could do it. It's just a matter of what it would cost and when. So if it's okay, I'll give you a call one
Absolutely.
day and work for him. I'll see him tomorrow, I think.
I'm eager to get it fixed, so.
Yeah, we need to get it fixed, yeah. And I'll let Matt know that we've got somebody. I don't know if we need to use Matt for that, once we know what's gonna be.
No, it's, I think, I mean,
Pretty straightforward job, take that off, put siding on it.
he done all we paid him basically for what he done,
Yeah,
correct?
yes, as far as I understand.
It went out for bid, and nobody bid
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
so.
He was gonna continue with that and try to get more bids here this spring, but he just took a leave from that, but I don't think we owed him any more for that, so I think he's not taking any work away from him. But I mean, not hurt to have him on, I
No,
just don't want him to
talk
be
to him
too
and see what he
overbearing in his
figured,
back.
and, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll give him a call then and we'll set up with that and
All right.
get him out there.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, okay. His name is Chris Harmon, if you should get a call from somebody, that's who it is.
Chris what?
Harmon,
Okay. Thank you.
okay.
Careful, Jason.
I had Julie's name on, but
Not
she
yet.
didn't say she was gonna.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
She's gonna call you on something, Jim. Julie.
Julia,
Yeah,
she did the other day.
okay.
Oh, we need to set up an exec meeting, executive session. And we talked about doing that before or after, I think, our next commission meeting. Do you recall that?
Nah, I told her she had to talk to you about
We talked
that.
on the phone about that. So we have just had some employee issue that we need to talk about. So we need to have an executive session. And it doesn't matter to me, up to you guys. If you'd rather do it before next meeting or after next meeting, we can do it either way. What's more convenient for you, coming earlier or staying later? It'd be the 17th. I think an hour, she thought an hour would do it. 3 o'clock work for you? That work okay with you, Nick? Okay.
Yeah, before is better.
Do you need to get with her and verify it?
I will call her. No, it's gonna be good. I just have to let her know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's,
17th at 3 o'clock.
And this is personnel?
Yes,
Okay, because I gotta put that in the notice.
yes, you do. And that'll be 3 o'clock. Okay. All right. Lee Irwood. Not here? Here we're gonna talk about 800 since we.
I saw a message before I came on Facebook, and she said she had to work and wouldn't be here.
Okay.
But invited everybody else to attend.
Well, I think since it's been working on it, I think that makes a difference too. The gentleman, and he's a nice guy, nice young guy, was concerned about it, but,
I drove it Friday, and it's like a big section that's done, and then there's a section that's not
Yeah.
done, and then there's a section that's done.
Yeah.
So, but it was,
and that's probably
Lot
because
nicer.
they have 2 trucks working on it, so
Yeah.
they're not working right together, and they're coming probably from the opposite directions, or started different places, and so they'll get that, and then they'll go on back to 900 after he said they finished Catlin Road. And then
I
go to
think
900.
also they got so much to do, like out at Niceville, we had some holes that were,
Yep.
and they got those filled, but then there's other holes that are like this, they skipped those. I mean, I think right now they're just trying to
Emergency
well,
stuff.
stop the
800,
bleeding, okay?
the
And-
one section of 800, it looked like it was just all patch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
and some
drove,
of them are. It's
Yeah,
some
and,
of them
but
patch over
it
patch.
smoothed it out.
we have generational patches. I
Yeah.
mean, we have generation after generation after generation. It's just because you can't, we talked about that today, just because you can't afford to repave it, so that's all you can do. Either that or don't do anything with it, so that's all you got to do.
But it was almost smooth.
Yeah, and that new patch will hold better than the old patch would. And that's why on 900 now, the old way of doing it, those patches are falling apart. So the new patching machines are gonna make a difference, but
But they're slower, that's what.
They are slower.
They're slower.
about
They can't get a mile a
If it's-
day like.
Yeah.
if it's really bad like that, a mile a day is pretty, that's a
Because
lot
it
of
looked
holes.
like they just.
One
redid the
truckload
whole
won't do
road.
it. They gotta run out what they have, go back and get more and
Yeah.
come back, so.
But it was a big improvement, because I'd been on it before.
A lot of people just don't realize, and they all fall apart in that 6-week period, in January and in February, but you can't fix them all in 6
Can't
weeks.
fix them all at the same
No.
time. That's why I said, I think right now, we're just gonna stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
Getting the really bad ones, the
Yeah.
really big ones,
Yeah.
and if they're little 4-inch.
Your tire will just go over
Just,
it.
yeah, just,
Yeah.
they're not touching it, but they'll come back and get those later. But right now, we just gotta get some of these monstrosities that are out there so that people don't blow tires and
Right.
tear up suspensions and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Any public have anything?
Martin, did you have something to do?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion we adjourn.